Realtree's Midwest Whitetail is brought to you by Cabela's, Easton Arrows, Frigid Forage, Fuse, Grizzly Coolers, Hoyt, Hoyman Tree Saws, Muddy Outdoors, Nikon, Ozonics, Redneck Blinds, Rocket Broadheads, RTP Outdoors, Trophy Rock, Spot Hog Releases, Wilderness Athlete, Viking Solutions, and Realtree.
$726 pictures. Pretty strong. Good work. Well, it is November the 22nd, and we just got back from our annual trip to Kansas. Before we left, we put out trail cameras on scrapes all over these farms, just to try to get a good inventory of what bucks we have and where they're living and the best places to hunt them. And the rut's winding down in the Midwest, but it's just ramping up here. So I know the next couple of weeks are going to be fantastic. So far, so good. Like I said, all the scrapes have been worked. Had a lot of pictures on some of those cameras, over 400 on a couple of them so far. So I'm real excited to get back home and see what's on them. But we've got this one and probably 3 more, I believe, and we'll be wrapped up for the day. Well, if the rest of the cards are as good as the first one, we've got a lot to look forward to. That's a giant buck. But the good dates, the dates we've waited all year for, are here. The rut's starting to pick up. It's Thanksgiving tomorrow, so we've got a 4-day stretch, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, that we can hunt. And hopefully by the time I get through with all these cards, I can have a really good idea of where I need to spend my time. I'm certain we'll pick up some of the other bucks that we know about, but hopefully we'll find more of these like this giant over my shoulder. But I guess we'll show you what we find, and I appreciate you watching Midwest Whitetail. It's a monster. It's December the 3rd, and it's Bree's birthday. So we're looking for her a birthday buck this morning. Came to the blind here that's just beside our house. And what we're sitting over is a trail that crosses the road. And we've been getting pictures of this buck. We're calling the no-brow buck. He's actually a 5-point. All along we thought he was a 7, but he doesn't have any brow tines. He's definitely the most likely buck for us to see. Got him on basically every camera. I've got 4 cameras scattered around the farm. He's on all of them. So, but a week ago today, he walked right in front of this blind at 6:15 in the morning. So there's also a couple other bucks. There's a couple different 8-points that we would be happy to shoot if we saw them. So I'm not gonna really be that picky, just as long as it's a 3-year-old or older. But it started out pretty good. We've already saw a doe and 2 fawns. And then shortly after that, we had another doe and a fawn come across the road. So hopefully the action will continue, and one of these bucks will show up this morning. Green.
Yeah.
Oh man, he's got one side broke off.
Can I go?
He's got one side broke off.
Don't shoot. He sees us.
His one side was broke all the way off, baby. I don't know what happened while he's moved. Well, I believe that's going to wrap it up for the morning of December the 3rd. We got close. We had 2 mature does and 3 fawns come down the hill first. And then just after 8 o'clock, we had a nice buck, at least a 3-year-old buck, come up the hill right into our shooting lane, but his whole right side was busted off. So that's a shame. He was a really nice buck. But we're just before the peak of the rut. The does still have their fawns. I could see their hocks were starting to get dark, so I know they're using scrapes. That buck was up on his feet, cruising by himself at 8 o'clock in the morning. So I would say that we're about a week out from some really good peak rut action. But we'll just keep going every chance we get. Now's the time, from now till about mid-December at least, the 15th, maybe even the 20th. That's when our best rut action is going to be, right here close to home. So we'll be updating regular, and hopefully we'll get a buck down soon. Thanks for watching Midwest Whitetail.